You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
We will find those responsible and we will bring them to justice.
Investigators are searching for answers after a number of suspicious packages with pipe bombs were confiscated, why investigators believe the threat is not over nationwide. Plus, take a look at this newly released video from a Trump hotel shooting in South Florida, what the surveillance footage shows right before shots were fired. And a racist robo...
Andrew Gillum, and I'll be asking you to make me governor of this here state of Florida.
Racist robocall for folks here in Florida. What that call entailed. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. I'm Jess Daldrick. Ray Collins is off this week. It's Thursday, October 25th. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're going to head right over to First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi, who gives you a look at what you can expect today. John.
Not too bad today. You may have noticed that the sky is pretty clear right now. Don't expect to see much in the way of a rainfall chance during the morning hours. By later in the day, however, we'll get some clouds that will begin to roll in. A lot of the day will be spent mostly to partly sunny, but the area of low pressure that we've been advertising all week long is on the advance, and we're in kind of a transition period right now for when these showers that we see back toward Louisiana Delta region advance into our area later today and in through tomorrow as well. Our forecast today calls for a mix of sun and clouds as we head into the afternoon. We'll hold off on rain chances till this evening. We'll look for a daytime high of about 85. Complete forecast in a minute.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a live look now at US 301 between Fruitville Road and Main Street. A pipe failure had forced this area to close yesterday, but this morning it appears that things are back to normal and the road is reopened. The repairs were supposed to last until Monday. We do have a call into PennDOT or FDOT, but there's no word on whether or not those repairs are yet complete. Taking a look at First Alert traffic on the maps now, we begin in Manatee County. There's no major delays to report, some slight delays on US 41 as you're heading northbound into the city of Bradenton. Other than that, it's smooth sailing. As we head further south into Sarasota County, there is a delay on Clark Road as you're heading toward the intersection westbound near US 301. Expect some delays there. A little slight delay on Fruitville Road as you're heading eastbound toward the interstate. And as we head further south into southern Sarasota County, there is an incident there at the bottom of your screen on I-75 eastbound. The entry ramp is blocked at Harborview. Expect some delays there if you're traveling in that area. It's 5:02 on your Thursday morning. A developing story now this morning. The FBI is warning the American public to remain vigilant after bombs and suspicious packages were intercepted. Those packages and devices were mailed to CNN, two former presidents, and other political figures. This morning, the FBI is actively investigating the explosive devices. The Secret Service has intercepted two packages, one sent to Hillary and Bill Clinton's home in New York, the other addressed to President Obama's home in Washington, D.C., which was discovered before it reached his home. Two others were sent to California Congresswoman Maxine Waters, and another to former Attorney General Eric Holder, but that one sent back to the return address falsely listed as the office for former DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz. 3 days ago, a similar device was sent to the home of billionaire George Soros.
This is number one. This is all hands on deck, not just in New York, not just here in D.C., but across the country.
The bombs and suspicious packages received over the last 2 days will be sent to the FBI laboratory in Virginia for analysis. An act of terror. That's what leaders are calling these attempted acts of violence. And this morning, the FBI is warning the public to remain vigilant, saying more suspicious packages could have been mailed to other locations. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now in the newsroom to tell us about the manhunt that is underway right now.
Yeah,
Marla.
just investigators are working around the clock to find out who exactly sent those suspicious packages to several political figures, CNN, and the White House on yesterday morning. Now, many of those packages containing pipe bombs that look something like this. Now, investigators are still trying to determine who sent those explosive devices to those high-profile Democrats. Overnight, federal authorities now looking into a possible 8th suspicious package sent to former Vice President Joe Biden. Now, the explosive explosive devices and suspicious packages were sent to the homes or offices of the Clintons, the Obamas, California Representative Maxine Waters, and former Attorney General Eric Holder. A pipe bomb also discovered in CNN's mailroom addressed to former CIA Director John Brennan.
If I and others are being targeted because we're speaking out and we're living up to our responsibilities as citizens, I think that, again, is a very unfortunate turn of events.
And many of those packages pretty much similar to one another, with several American flag stamps, with the return address listed for U.S. Representative and former DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz in South Florida. Now, the FBI does not believe that the packages were delivered by U.S. Postal Service. The agency is working swiftly, though, to find out the people responsible and to bring them to justice. Jess?
All right, thank you so much, Marla. President Trump says he's extremely angry and upset over the suspicious packages sent to the two former presidents. Trump issued a rare call for civility and unity.
In these times, we have to unify. We have to come together and send one very clear, strong, unmistakable message that acts or threats of political violence of any kind have no place in the United States of America.
In a statement, the FBI director said this investigation is of the highest priority for the agency. Caught on camera, newly released surveillance video shows what transpired during a gunman's rampage at a Trump National Hotel in South Florida back in May. Andrew Scheitnall reports.
What was a quiet night at Trump National Doral back in May broke into pandemonium when a former porn actor rushed the lobby gun in hand. The video from surveillance cameras inside the resort shows 42-year-old Jonathan Odie draping a massive American flag over the desk that he stole from somewhere else on the property. Then he grabs a metal object and slams it into computer monitors where guests check in. It's shortly after Miami-Dade police arrive, their lights seen flashing through the window. That's when gunfire breaks out between police and the 42-year-old, both shooting at each other. Odie appears to put his hands up at one point, but then he grabs the gun and opens fire.
He was there. Where's downstairs?
The body cam footage officers were wearing at the time shows their quick response. Once they run in, they're met with debris on the floor from the items Odie either threw to the ground or shot at. And that's when Odie runs for it. He turns the corner, continues to shoot, slips and falls, gets back up, and keeps running. He then heads up the stairs and runs out of view. At this point, there's an officer directly behind him. After throwing some furniture around on the second floor, Odie lays on the ground, hands behind his back, and he's placed in cuffs. Shortly after, officers swarmed the resort, running up the stairs, guns drawn, and going after the man who caused midnight chaos at the President's South Florida resort.
That was Andrew Scheitnall reporting. A white supremacist group in Idaho is behind another racist robocall targeting Andrew Gillum. Gillum is the Democratic nominee, of course, in the Florida's governor race. The pre-recorded phone message begins with a man pretending to be the Tallahassee mayor, speaking in an offensive caricature of black dialect. Here's just the beginning of that ad.
Well, hello there. I is the Negro Andrew Gillum, and I'll be asking you to make me governor of this here state of Florida. My esteemed opponent, who done call me monkey, is doing a lot of hollering about how expensive my plans for health care be. But he be thinking of the white man's medicine, which is very expensive because it uses science and whatnot.
The calls went to Florida residents, but it's unclear how many people received them. Overnight, hundreds of students, staff, and faculty at the University of Utah gathered to remember Lauren McCluskey. McCluskey was shot and killed on campus Monday by an ex-boyfriend. She was 21 years old and was an athlete on Utah's track and field team. She was also known to be a bright and accomplished student. People left handwritten notes for McCluskey's family. Police say the man who killed McCluskey was later found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. A robber caught on surveillance video looks much like David Schwimmer. The actor himself felt the need to provide an alibi. The robbery took place last month in the British city of Blackpool. City police posted an image of the suspect from CCTV. Immediately, people noticed the suspect's striking resemblance to the character Ross from the show Friends. The original post generated more than 100,000 comments. and thousands of shares. It got the attention of the actor himself, who posted a spoof video of himself reenacting the incident with the comment, "Officers, I swear it wasn't me. As you can see, I was in New York." Blackpool police tweeted that they had investigated and could confirm that Schwimmer was in the U.S. that day. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, why health experts are saying the month of October is the perfect time for the flu shot and a new flu drug that the FDA has approved. And coming up a little later in the hour, as many head to the polls for early voting, what you need to know about one of the amendments that's on the ballot. And now we're taking a live look outside at the city of Sarasota. A beautiful view this morning. Let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi with a look at what we can expect a little later today.
Yeah, pretty quiet out there right now, and I think that's the way it's going to be for both your drive to work and your drive home from work. I've not checked any of the inclement weather boxes because of that reason. As you head out to work this morning, we'll have partly sunny skies once dawn breaks, and we'll look for temperatures in the low 70s. As we head home, maybe a passing shower if you're a late commuter. Otherwise, I think we'll have a pretty quiet home trip as well. The airport hub serving Sarasota International Airport all running on time, according to the FAA, if you're traveling today. Otherwise, we have changes coming. We'll talk about that in just a few.
Teachers inspire our children and promote a lifetime of learning. So ABC7 and Gettle Automotive want to honor these chalkboard champions by giving them the chance to win $500. But we need your help. Go to mysuncoast.com/chalkboardchampions to nominate an outstanding teacher who's really making a difference. And each month we'll deliver $500 to one teacher in Sarasota County and one teacher in Manatee County. Go to mysuncoast.com and nominate your chalkboard champion today.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gettle Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gettle dealership. Buy with zero down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gettle location near you or visit Gettle.com.
Gettle's got it.
From the moment she walked in the door, we stopped having to go to the pharmacy. Certain prescriptions, my health plan or the pharmacy wasn't even able to get here. And hospice provided them, and all we had to do was call up, and the next thing they know, there was another, a delivery.
This isn't just any Saturday. This is a Saturday with the best Wi-Fi experience and your show streaming wherever you go. And with savings on wireless, this is a Saturday you can share with the whole family. This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $29.99 a month for 12 months. And ask how you can save on your wireless bill when you include Xfinity Mobile with your internet. Click, call, or visit a store today.
Watch Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Premieres September 8th.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Saturdays at midnight on ABC 7. Now, your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have an air temperature of 67 degrees. We have a wind coming out of the northeast that'll be shifting to the west as we head into the overnight tonight and through tomorrow, which will take our dew point value now in the mid-60s and spike it. It's going to feel kind of humid as we head into tomorrow, but it will also lead to a few scattered showers and eventually the transition to some cooler, much drier air filtering in as we head into the weekend. So big changes really in store in the forecast over the course of the next 3 or 4 days. Right now, we are looking at a forecast that calls for a daytime high of about 75 degrees or so. As we head into the evening and overnight, we'll probably start to see a little bit of a change in the weather as we start to factor in chances of rainfall. But for this morning, this afternoon, and for a good chunk of the evening, we're looking at pretty quiet, tame conditions. As we head into about 5, 6 o'clock, we can expect to see a few scattered showers begin to build across the region as a frontal boundary, which is now just barely traced out by a very thin line of light showers to our south, starts to lift north. We also have a mass of rain showers back to the west associated with that low pressure area beginning to develop here, and a frontal boundary that moves down toward the southwestern parts of the Gulf waters. All of this will gradually be drifting closer to us and help to increase rain chances as we head into the next 24 hours. The frontal boundary has a warm front attached to it. That's the first one that comes through here. And then a cold front, which will come through here tomorrow. So the combination of those two factors is what will increase our rain chance. You can see a little bit of cloud cover that is trying to move into the area, and so we'll have this kind of mix of sun and clouds throughout the day today. But check it out, back behind the low, which is now just to the south of Louisiana, we've got a lot of dry air here, indicated by these kind of tan contours. As that dry air moves in, we'll see plenty of sunshine, at least for the second half of the weekend, plus some much drier, much cooler air, actually, as we head into the weekend as well. The low generally moves off to the north and to the east, keeping well north of us. That's where the heaviest of the rain will be. The front itself kind of moves through here late in the day on Friday, and then Friday night through Saturday morning, we start to shift winds around and bring in that really dry air. Partly cloudy today, late day shower possible, but then rain on Friday, followed by some pretty rapid clearing. Here's the future cast. Put it into motion. There's our warm front. The warm front lifts northward, and by this evening, we see some showers on our doorstep. They're few and far between, but they'll be around. And then as we head into the next 24 hours, we kind of stay into the warm sector until we get to tomorrow evening when the cold front approaches. The cold front moves through, whips our winds around to the north or northwest, and then we start to see that drier air filter in just in time for the weekend. The thunderstorm outlook keeps any severe weather threat, and it's minimal, well to our north. I think maybe we see a thunderstorm. More likely, we probably won't even see that, just scattered showers. Southwest wind coming in at about 5 to 10. Those winds, however, will be picking up tomorrow. Boaters, pay attention to that. Those winds could get strong fast. So 30% chance of showers today, late in the day, followed by a 50% chance tomorrow. Breezy conditions, and then an early, probably pre-dawn chance of showers on Saturday, followed by some pretty rapid clearing and some lovely weather with temperatures topping out near 80, bottoming out in the mid to lower 60s. And then another front comes through on Monday. That one really ticks down the temperatures to about 78 degrees for a high, nighttime lows hovering around 60. And Halloween looks like it'll be an absolutely beautiful day. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look now at First Alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. Nothing major to report at this hour. Some minor slowdowns on US 41 as you're heading northbound into the city of Bradenton. Some other minor slowdowns on State Road 70 if you're heading westbound toward US 301. As we head further south into Sarasota County, we see some delays on Bee Ridge Road if you're heading westbound toward the intersection of US 301. Expect some slight delays there. And even further south into southern Sarasota County, we take a look at our final map. There is one incident to report on I-75 eastbound. There is an entry ramp that is blocked there at Harbor View, so expect some delays there if you're heading in that area. It's 5:19 on your Thursday morning. As we continue through flu season, doctors say now is the time to get vaccinated. The month of October may be the perfect time to get a flu shot because when the flu hits, your body will already be prepared. Health professionals estimate getting your vaccine can reduce the risk of contracting and spreading the disease by 60%. And the director of public health says it could even help your community.
It's very important that we are all vaccinated, that we have a high what's called herd immunity, so that our entire population is vaccinated. It's our best defense. It's kind of like building a fortress around our community. So flu can't get in, it can't make us sick, and that's what we want.
Unfortunately, people die from the flu every year. That's why we, do our best to try to prevent it.
This year, officials expect as many as 35 million flu cases, with peak months being from December through February. And the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved a new flu drug. Xofluza can be used on patients 12 and older who've been showing symptoms for no more than 48 hours. It has been nearly 20 years since the FDA last approved a flu drug. Officials stress that while this additional treatment option is important, it's not a replacement for your yearly vaccine. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, Facebook is building an app where users can get really creative, showing their singing and dancing skills, what users can expect coming up in Tech Bites. And coming up at 5:30, the journey continues for migrants walking toward the U.S. border from Mexico, the obstacles they are facing and what the president is saying about the migrants as this group continues to grow. Stay with us, those stories and more when we come back.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Your last chance for 2018 Honda Civics on sale is now. During our model year-end sale, drive new Civics for just $169 a month. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. And now get Civic, a KBB.com's best buy of the year for less than the competition. New Civics just $169 a month. Your last chance for Civics, all on sale this week at your local Honda dealer.
This fall, experience golf at a higher level, where the courses are exceptionally beautiful and incredibly challenging. On Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, enjoy unlimited golf, including cart and range balls from $112 a day. Beautiful, deadly, irresistible. Is your game ready for the trail? Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com for tee times and get your game on. The Trail.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new animal adventure. No, these are not your typical canines. In fact, they are wolves. We'll take you to a sanctuary dedicated to them. And manatees are slow-moving gentle giants of the sea. And most people believe they are fat and lazy. Our Inspector Planet is looking for answers.
I've been here for 3 nights waiting to see them eat cheeseburgers.
Watch Animal Outtakes each week on ABC 7.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Apple and Samsung have been fined overseas after an investigation found new operating systems slowed down older phones. ABC's Candace Gibson and Janae Norman have the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple and Samsung forced to pay up.
The companies have to pay millions of dollars in fines. In Italy, an investigation by the country's antitrust organization found Samsung and Apple intentionally slowed down older phones when new operating systems were downloaded. Samsung said it was disappointed in the decision and planned to appeal. Apple has not commented. Tesla is making money.
Elon Musk's electric car company just posted its biggest profit ever, but Tesla's road isn't completely smooth. Consumer Reports' new reliability rankings showed Tesla models slipping despite supposed upgrades. And Facebook is reportedly working on a standalone karaoke app.
Lasso would allow users to share videos of themselves lip-syncing or dancing to pop songs.
Cool.
So voila. Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Tech Bites. Sponsored by Listerine.
Sophie's eating a tuna sandwich, and her meeting just got moved up to now. So she tries new Listerine Ready tabs. She's chewing that tiny tab, which turns into a swish of liquid. She's swishing away, which feels a little like, what? Unleash the clean feel of Listerine. Anytime, anywhere. Sophie girl, you are ready. Introducing new Listerine Ready tabs. Bring out the bold.
Lily, she pretty much lives in her favorite princess dress. But once a week, I let her play sheriff so I can wash it. I use Tide to get out those week old stains and Downy to get it fresh and soft.
You are free to go.
Tide and Downy together.
Burlington isn't coat factory anymore.
They still sell coats.
Yes, dear.
We get our boots here. All kinds of coats. Stars! Look how cute.
We saved a bundle.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost. I came to Burlington to buy a coat. I got socks, boots, scarves.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
All of Manatee County might end up with 10 precincts, okay? But you could go to any precinct at any time and vote.
A battle royale in House District 71. Two powerhouse candidates, Tracy Pratt and Will Robertson, debate the issues important to you. I'm Alan Cohn. They'll do so at your one and only trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
These girls went to the bathroom to carry out this plot.
A disturbing story out of Tampa, what two middle school students planned that had authorities worried. Plus, gubernatorial candidates Ron DeSantis and Andrew Gillum had their second debate last night, the key topics that they discussed. And no winners for last night's Powerball, so you have another chance to be a millionaire, what the Powerball jackpot went up to, and when the next drawing will happen. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back. I'm Jess Staldrick. It's Thursday. We're one day closer to Friday. Let's check in right now with meteorologist John Scalzi to see, John, what can we expect over the weekend? I heard some changes are coming.
Yeah, I'm excited. I really am. We're going to have a big change in our weather, bringing us a pretty nice weekend, I think. And Sunday, particularly, going to be a great day. Today, kind of a transition day. It'll be something like yesterday, mix of sun and clouds. We'll start off with a little bit more sunshine. You can see all the holes in the clouds on satellite view here. But there's amassing clouds back to the west that are gradually drifting in this direction, all part of a low-pressure area that we've been talking about for days now, that's going to lift off to the north and to the east and drag a good chance of heavy rainfall through parts of the deep south. For us, we get a chance at some rains around here as well, but for the most part, we're looking at much less rainfall than they'll see just to our north. There is a chance of some severe weather with this storm, not for us necessarily, but close by. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Expect a daytime high today of about 85 with a mix of sun and clouds, with rain chances later in the day. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at first alert traffic now. We begin with a live look of US 301. This is between Fruitville Road and Main Street in downtown Sarasota. There was a pipe failure that forced this street to close yesterday afternoon. The Florida Department of Transportation said that a depression in the road was noticed, and it was determined that a drainage pipe underneath the surface of the road had burst. Now, it appears this morning that that roadway is back open, although authorities did expect it to be closed until Monday. We do have a call in to see what's going on. There's no word yet when the repairs are complete. Now we head to our maps and we start in Manatee County. Things are running overall smoothly. Some slight delays on State Road 64 east of the interstate, also on US 301 in both directions if you're near State Road 70. As we head even further south into Sarasota County. Taking a look there, things look good at this hour. Some slight delays on Clark Road if you're heading near US 41. There is one accident to note on Middle Avenue northbound. That accident is near the intersection of 47th Street. Doesn't appear to be causing any delays at this point, but beware that that accident is there. As we head even further south into southern Sarasota County at our final map, we continue to still see an incident on the bottom corner of your map there at I-75 eastbound. There is an entry ramp that is blocked. There appears to be another incident as well near Punta Gorda. The road is blocked at exit 167 to exit 164 if you're heading southbound on the interstate. So expect some delays in that area if you're heading into the Punta Gorda area this morning. It's 5:34 on your Thursday morning. A disturbing story out of Tampa. Authorities say two middle school girls brought knives to school and planned on killing 15 classmates, drinking their blood, and then committing suicide. ABC's Victor Okendo has more on how authorities were tipped off.
Police in Florida say two girls, just 11 and 12 years old, planned on using these knives and this pizza cutter to kill at least 15 of their classmates, allegedly moments away from executing their plan until it came to a teacher's attention.
These girls went to the bathroom to carry out this plot that they had designed on the previous weekend.
Allegedly designed while watching scary movies at a sleepover. Police say the girls admitted their plan was to meet in the bathroom after first period and target smaller students they believed they could overpower and stab to death. The investigation revealing, police also say, disturbing communication between the girls, like this handwritten note that read, "Go to kill in bathroom," with childlike drawings of their middle school. Police say the pair told them they worship the devil, one of their last texts to each other reading, "We shouldn't have met each other, LOL, now death is near." Police say these girls planned on committing suicide to, quote, be with Satan. Both are in custody and facing several charges. Victor Oquendo, ABC News, Coral Gables, Florida.
Both girls are expelled from school and they are facing multiple charges, both felony and misdemeanor. Happening today, Mike Pence will be in Panama City surveying damage that Hurricane Michael left in the Panhandle. He will speak at an event for DeSantis in Jacksonville and headline a closed Vero Beach fundraiser for Governor Rick Scott. Pence will be in Panama City with his wife before the rally. Several proposed constitutional amendments on the November ballot group together multiple questions into single measures, like Amendment 10. In part, it would require all charter county governments to have elected constitutional officers, including sheriffs, property appraisers, tax collectors, supervisors of elections, and clerks of the circuit court. Under the Constitution, a charter county can change the constitutional offices from elected to appointed positions and reassign the duties with voter approval.
Once you lose your right to vote, it's incredibly difficult to get it back because that requires the entity that took power away from you to voluntarily relinquish power. And power does not share easily. I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
Amendment 10 is one of several proposals facing criticism since the plan bundles together numerous unrelated issues into one measure. 60% of voters must support the proposal for it to pass. And just a reminder, early voting began this week for both Sarasota and Manatee counties. For a list of the polling locations, you can visit our website, mysuncoast.com. Gubernatorial candidates Ron DeSantis and Andrew Gillum had their second debate last night, this one in Davie. DeSantis defended himself over attending David Horowitz Freedom Center conferences for the last several years. Horowitz is a conservative writer who has said the real race war in America is against white people and that African Americans should be grateful to white people for freeing slaves and ending the slave trade.
He had not even made those statements then.
Yes, he had, sir. The first statement was made many years ago.
I mean, how the hell am I supposed to know every single statement somebody makes? Here's the deal. Let me just say this straight up. I've lived my life, whether it's athletics, whether it's military, whether it's serving as a prosecutor. When I was downrange in Iraq, we worked together as a team regardless of race. We had the American flag on our arm. We wore the same uniform, and we fought for the country. When I was a prosecutor, I stood up for victims of every race, color, and creed. That's the only way to do it in our country. It's something I believe in, and as governor, I will represent all the people. Everyone will get a fair shake. But I am not going to bow down to the altar of political correctness. I'm going to not let the media smear me like they like to do with so many other people.
Meanwhile, Gillum defended himself over receiving a ticket to the Broadway show Hamilton from a group that included an undercover FBI agent.
I did go and see Hamilton. I was aware that Adam Corey and Mike Miller arranged so that we could go and see the show. I arrived at the theater and received my ticket from my brother. The problem that I have is that I should have asked more questions to make sure that everything that had transpired was above board. I was informed by my brother at the time that he gave Adam Corey tickets to a Jay-Z, Beyonce concert, of which I understand they took later, and I understood that to have solved whatever the issue was with regards to the expenses associated with it. But I take responsibility for not having asked more questions. But let me tell you, I'm running for governor. In the state of Florida, we got a lot of issues. In fact, we got 99 issues, and Hamilton ain't one of them.
Happening today, more than 200 teachers in Manatee County will get grants to fund projects for their students. Today, the Manatee Education Foundation will host its annual Impact Awards and give out more than $100,000 to almost 50 schools in the district. Teachers from all grade levels applied in September for the grants, and those who won will be awarded later today. And if you didn't wake up a winner, don't worry, nobody did. There were no jackpot winners last night for the Powerball jackpot, which means Saturday's drawing is now worth an estimated $750 million. So there's still a chance to become a millionaire. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, investigators are searching for answers after a number of suspicious packages with pipe bombs were confiscated. After the break, we'll hear from ABC 7's Marla Spence. She'll break down what investigators are doing with those confiscated packages. Now we take a live look outside over the city of Sarasota as we wait for the sun to rise on this beautiful Thursday morning. As we head over now to meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, I think we're looking for a pretty nice day for the kids, too, at the school buses. No rain for today that may impact them, I don't believe. We're looking for a temperature of about 70 under partly sunny skies as they head to school. On the way home, about 85 under partly sunny skies. I give it a 10 out of 10 chance of an outside recess today. Really, I don't see much of a problem with rain until later in the evening. If you have evening school outside activities, may be an issue this evening. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Judy here, I think hospice was a tremendous source of support for her.
Absolutely. With Jennifer and Kimberly and Liza's constant contact with us, coming in, just knowing that there was someone with knowledge there to back us up, to answer our questions, it made a world of difference.
This isn't just any Saturday. This is a Saturday with the best Wi-Fi experience and your show streaming wherever you go. And with savings on wireless, this is a Saturday you can share with the whole family. This is how Xfinity makes life simple, easy, awesome.
Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $29.99 a month for 12 months and ask how you can save on your wireless bill when you include Xfinity Mobile with your internet. Click, call, or visit a store today.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Support the Hurricane Michael Relief and Disaster Fund by donating to the United Way of Northwest Florida today. Help communities rise and rebuild after the devastating mess left behind. Every donation makes a difference and is appreciated. Together, we are all Panhandle Strong.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust. Find out first at 4 with ABC7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC7. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have a 67-degree air temperature, dew point value in the mid-60s. Northeast wind coming in at about 6. That easterly component of the wind will be shifting to the west as we head into the evening and into the overnight. It'll bring us a little extra cloud cover later in the day and eventually a rain chance by this evening as a warm front starts to lift north across the region. That'll keep us in the warm sector during the overnight and tomorrow, for the most part, most all of tomorrow, and bring us a rain chance throughout the morning and into the early afternoon of about 30%. Later in the afternoon and into the evening tomorrow, we'll have a cold front move through. Tide and radar pretty quiet right now across our region. Got a few showers down to the south. That's kind of where the warm front is right now. And it kind of trails back toward an area of heavier rain showers around low pressure that's developing. That's producing some pretty good rains for parts of the Louisiana Delta region up through Mississippi back into eventually Alabama and Georgia a little bit later today. The frontal boundary, the cold front, extends from that area of low pressure down to the south in the western Gulf waters, and that will gradually be drifting in our direction by tomorrow night. Take about 24 hours for it to get here, a little bit more than that actually. And as it does so, we will see some big changes come up in the weather for the weekend. A little bit of cloud cover right now, mostly to the south around the Fort Myers region. We'll probably start the morning off pretty nice, actually, as dawn breaks. I think it shouldn't be too much for us to be concerned about. Nothing there to worry about either in terms of local radar. Everything is quiet. The low pressure area itself has a big ridge of cold high pressure back behind it. We get a taste of that drier air as it moves closer to us. It's not going to be really a cold Arctic blast of air. Too early for that one yet. But it will deliver us to temperatures that'll be pretty seasonable for this time of year, maybe even a degree or two below average, which is something we haven't seen much of. The low itself advances. The warm front moves across our region tonight. We wait for the cold front to arrive by tomorrow evening, bringing with it a line of showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two as it whisks through here tomorrow night. Football Friday night may be in jeopardy of seeing a few scattered showers around and maybe even a thunderstorm or two. Partly cloudy today, late showers possible, and then the Friday rains followed by some pretty rapid clearing as that high pressure ridge builds in. Forecast timing with Futurecast shows the warm front lifting north throughout the day today, arriving on our doorstep by this evening drive time, producing a few scattered showers just after the drive time ends, I think. And then we stay in this warm, kind of muggy sector throughout tonight and into tomorrow. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow day is going to be a really sticky time period with really much higher humidity as the winds turn southwest. The cold front arrives Friday night, moves through, cleans us all out in terms of our humidity, and lowers our temperatures as well. Looks like it'll be a beautiful weekend, but winds will be up. Today, not too bad. Southwest at about 5 to 10. Just about double those wind speeds tomorrow, though, and a small craft advisory will likely be needed for Friday. 60 to 50% chance of showers on Friday. The front comes through. We start to turn cooler as early as Saturday. Showers end early, and we're left with a pretty nice week ahead with temperatures at or slightly below average. Back to you.
All right, taking a quick look now at first alert traffic in Manatee County. We're seeing some slight delays at US 301 if you're heading northbound at the intersection of State Road 70. Those are some pretty typical delays for 548 on your Thursday morning. A developing story now this morning. The FBI is warning the American public to remain vigilant after bombs and suspicious packages were intercepted. At least 8 packages and devices were mailed to CNN, 2 former presidents, and other political figures. Our Marla Spence joins us now in the newsroom with a look at what investigators are doing to find more answers.
Well, Jess, investigators are working around the clock to find out who sent those suspicious packages to some high-profile Democrats. The most recent suspicious package sent to former Vice President Joe Biden. Now, take a look. This is what those packages looked like. All of them pretty much similar with several American flag stamps and a return address listed for U.S. Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz in South Florida. Now, the FBI says the U.S. representative has nothing to do with the suspicious packages. She is believed to be a target. This morning, the FBI also looking to test all devices addressed and sent to political figures, including California Representative Maxine Waters, former Attorney General John Brennan, and the Obamas and the Clintons. Now, former FBI and U.S. Marshals agents say the manhunt for the person who delivered pipe bombs is now one of the most intense searches in recent memory.
This is number one. This is all hands on deck, not just in New York, not just here in D.C., but across the country.
And the FBI does not believe that those suspicious packages were sent through the Postal Service. They believe that they were all hand delivered. Right now, a national manhunt is underway. Jess?
Thank you so much, Marla. It could be a case of unstoppable force heading toward an immovable wall. The number of migrants marching north toward the U.S. continues to grow, and the Trump White House vows to keep them out. More than 7,000 migrants keep pushing north toward the U.S. They say they hope for a better future. We're taking a live look outside at the city of Sarasota. You can see some light from the moon shining over the water. We'll be right back with more news and your forecasts just ahead.
Where to go and what to do in Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweetspot.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today. Authorities are calling a series of suspicious pipe bomb packages an act of terror. Several explosive devices were intercepted by law enforcement after they were sent to former presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Also CNN. The search is now on for answers. Plus, Florida's gubernatorial candidates went head-to-head in their second debate of the season. DeSantis defended himself over attending a David Horowitz Freedom Center conference for the last several years. Meanwhile, Gillum defended himself over receiving a ticket to the Broadway show Hamilton from a group that included an undercover FBI agent. The general election is now less than 2 weeks away. And in Tampa, 2 middle school girls brought knives to school and planned on killing 15 classmates and drinking their blood. Then they planned to commit suicide, that all according to authorities. Those girls were just 11 and 12 years old. Authorities say they were allegedly moments away from executing their plan when a teacher brought it to their attention. Now we'll head over to meteorologist John Scalzi for a last check at the forecast.
So we're looking at some changing weather over the next couple of days. For today, a few late showers possible. And by late, I mean probably after drive time tonight, but certainly during the evening hours. And then humid tomorrow as we're stuck in a warm sector of a storm system that's approaching. The cold front of that storm system arrives tomorrow late. Again, some thunderstorms possible during the evening hours before everything clears out and we turn cooler for the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, John. It is 5:55 this morning. We'll be right back after this with a full hour of news and, of course, more on your forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi. See you in a few.